Welcome back to our channel. Ever heard of the Danish hygge? It is the ritual of enjoying life's simple pleasures, and we wanted to see for ourselves how the Danes have mastered the art of hygge. Food was a big part of our experience, so buckle up for some great local food suggestions to eat and feel like a Dane, and some activities while we were giving a break to eating. So here we are in Copenhagen. We will visit some of the top visited bakeries and cafes during our 3 days here that we heard so much about and give our honest opinions. Note, we saved our favorite for last, so here we go. Atelier September. From influencers to travelers seeking great brunch found themselves here. We arrived at 12:30 and it was packed inside. I love an open kitchen so you could watch the preparations in the back. We had the famous Danish breakfast plate, morning plate, with sourdough bread, foam butter, jam, egg, and comté cheese, and we ordered an avocado mad on rye bread. Honest opinion, they were delicious but not extraordinary, as we thought we could find similar food and taste elsewhere. We wouldn't go out of our way to come here unless you are in the neighborhood, probably for watching the change of the guard at Venividiedi Castle. Original Coffee, the coffee chain that saved my life as a coffee addict. But we will suggest this particular original coffee at the Ilum Mall. Normally we wouldn't sit anywhere inside a mall, but we love this tip to sip our coffee with a view. Honest opinion, great view, great coffee, fantastic break in between all the tourist stops and shopping in the neighborhood. We didn't try the pastries, so no comment on that. I noticed that a pizzeria suggestion I had seen here, despite being in a mall, called Rosso Pomodoro, so FYI if you're hungry while you're passing by. Torvaldern Food Market. Don't you just love a food market where you can see what you're going to eat and have multiple options? After a quick tour inside the market, we went ahead to find Roar to try their smaubo. Sorry, it's the most difficult language I have tried to pronounce. At Roart, we tried 4 different types of the smaubos among the 10 different types on the menu, which were egg and truffle, blue meat, shelly, and lax and leeks. Honest opinion, we loved them all. My personal favorite was the egg and truffle. The bread could have been softer, but it was delicious overall. It is, however, a snack, or you could have it as a lunch, but don't expect to be too full after eating 2 s'mores, for example. Dop, the organic sausage man. The crispy yet soft bread and perfect sausage topped with pickles and crunchy onions. You can tell what our honest opinion is from the way I described it. We made our way to the infamous and picturesque Nyhavn that we see so many photos of. As it felt far too touristic, we took some photos, admired the colors, and sat down at a random cafe for only a beer, coffee break, so we won't be suggesting any cafes here, and you will probably also prefer to have a more local experience while in Copenhagen. Juno Bakery. Yum, yum, yum. During this trip, Denmark became my favorite country for pastries. We came as early as possible, fearing that they would run out of our favorite buns. We got there at 10 a.m. and we were able to find our favorite pastries within 5 minutes. We tried the cardamom bun and cinnamon bun. They have a sitting area outside, so it's perfect for a sunny day and is located in a quiet neighborhood. There really isn't much to do in this neighborhood, so you basically make the trip out to Juno Bakery for their delicious pastries, and it is worth the trip. Honest opinion, absolutely loved it. Could eat here every single morning had they been closer to the city center. A short break from food. It made sense to go to Frederiksborg Castle after Juno Bakery since the Nyhavn station was only a 10-minute walk from there. It's a great half-day trip that takes approximately an hour from Copenhagen by train. We loved this medieval castle and actually wished we had more time for a coffee break in this cute little town, but we had to head back to try the best chicken sandwich. Poulet. If you're a fan of the bear, you'll remember that Marcus goes to Copenhagen for training and tries some local food, and Poulet is one of his stops. Honest opinion, it was the best chicken sandwiches we've ever had. Just the right amount of spicy, crispy, juicy. We were in a rush as there was so much on our itinerary, but I swear I could have eaten 2 chicken sandwiches. Best. Well, we had some mixed feelings about this place. Food-wise, they make their own fresh cheese on the upper floor of the restaurant, and the ingredients are super fresh and organic, so the pizza just couldn't taste bad. We ordered a pistachio pizza, as it was a pizza type we had never come across, and a classic margherita with cheese. As it is ranked among the best pizzas in the world, we naturally had very high expectations, but truth be told, it wasn't extraordinary, but a very nice fresh pizza. Service-wise, the waiters were very impatient and not very nice. The atmosphere was pleasant, perfect for a date night dinner location. Though we didn't have a reservation, we were able to sit after 15 minutes of waiting at the bar right across from the restaurant called Bruce. Carlburg District. How can you leave Copenhagen without a visit to the Carlburg Brewery? After a long day of walking, we gave a break for a quick beer at Carl's right outside the Elephant Gate. They had a very wide variety of beer, so it's a nice pit stop. After our quick break, we took some photos at the most famous landmark of the district, the Elephant Gate and Tower, which takes its name from the 4 elephants that carry the tower and represent the 4 children of Carl and Ottilia Jacobsen. We walked inside towards the home of Carlsberg. It was such an experience. You can try different types of Carlsberg and Jacobsen beer, pet some horses, visit the gift shop, and sip your beer in the courtyard. They have preserved the authentic look of the original brewery, so you can really feel the family history come to life. You don't need a ticket to walk around the main areas, but you can purchase one for some insight on beer brewing and family history. Lil Bakery. This was quite far, so we took this opportunity to rent bikes and bike out to the bakery. Bicycles are not my main means of commuting, so we tried to be as cautious as possible. We saw another of the bear shooting location on our way and stopped for a quick photo. After a 30-minute very scenic bike ride through roads we otherwise might not have passed by, we made it to Lil Bakery. We were there at 10 a.m. and there were already people queuing. The line was 3 times longer when we were leaving, so do come as early as possible. Now here comes the honest opinion. The pastries were cold, whereas I was expecting warm pastries at 10 a.m. They were tasty and well-deserved after a bike ride, but I would use this bakery as an opportunity to come out here and have some nice pastries and coffee while at it. It is quite spacious, so everyone was able to find a table, whether inside or outside. It was a great experience overall. Freetown, Christiania. It makes sense to drop by this Freetown as well as the Church of Our Savior on your way back from Lil Bakery, a self-governing anarchist paradise founded on an abandoned military base. This Freetown is an original experience and a chance to see a community living outside Denmark's market economy. Gasoline grill. The tricky thing here is to go to the right one if you want this gas station looking branch, as all the other ones we saw were just regular looking restaurants. This one is located on Landgraven Street, and the one we would suggest for you to go. After a short queue, we were lucky as it was early lunchtime. We were taking our first bites and wow. Honest opinion, their burgers are made from never frozen fresh meat, and the potatoes are organic potatoes from a region in Denmark, and we could taste how all of this made all the difference in the taste. St. Petersburg Bakery. Now this one was a very random find for us that wasn't suggested by anyone that we discovered on our first day here. We found out that this is the oldest bakery in Copenhagen that has been around since 1652. Honest opinion, this charming bakery was my absolute favorite and will always be my first and last stop on my next visits to Copenhagen. Thank you for watching and please subscribe and like. See you on our next trip.